Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have partnered with Kenwood and what they've sent is nothing short of amazing, and we are going to unpack all that together today. Let's do this. Alright, here we go. So that is a big box. I'm actually going to put that down. Well, that's a big baby. We have one big box. All of our attachments. Ooh, that one I'm looking forward to use. Because if I'm not mistaken, that is going to help me temper chocolate. So that's definitely one that I'm very much looking forward to use. Ooh, we have some scrapers and stuff, and that is one that I'm also looking forward to use, but for my personal consumption, not to make cakes. This is to steam some vegetables. You can actually cook with this Kenwood, so I definitely will be doing that because I love myself a good stew. Obviously our paddle attachment. This I believe is to go with this, be making potentially ice cream. Keep that on the side. Of course, we have our hook to make dough. So everything brioche, croissant, anything dough related that needs to really work the gluten. This is what we're going to be using. So this is a very good one for all of you people making some American buttercream and are fed up of having sugar icing flying everywhere in your kitchen. No, it's not going to be a problem anymore. Look at that beast. Look at that beast. Probably gonna have to find it a name. It's gonna be my new best friend. Wow. Well, my friends, this is as sleek as it gets. There you go. Obviously, a whisk. I dare say this and the paddle attachments are the two attachments that I'm going to be using the most, because I mostly whip things and fold and mix like batter and buttercream. So for me, these are going to be the two most used. But I am very curious about cooking food in this, and also tempering chocolate. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the new Kenwood has an induction. I mean, the new Kenwood, they all had, I think, past maybe 2 or 3 models already had induction. And I've heard people saying that it's a bit pointless, and actually it's not, because there are things, even in patisserie, where having some heat on the bottom of your bowl is actually very, very useful. So like tempering chocolate, for example, or for when mixing ingredients that don't usually mix really well together. So for example, when you make a cake batter and you cream your butter with your sugar, and then you add the eggs, and all of a sudden there's too much liquid, there's like everything splits. So being able to add a little bit of heat to your bowl can actually help with emulsions, like creating good emulsions. So this is definitely something that some aspects of cake making that we don't necessarily think about anymore, but it can actually be very useful. And I personally make my buttercreams from A to Z in the Kenwood with using the induction, because I make Swiss meringue buttercream, but I'll show you in another video how to make the Swiss meringue buttercream from the beginning to the end inside of your mixer. Ooh. Hello. Right, they're just going to start. So we're going to set it in English. Confirm. Alright, we're going to skip that for now. So this is on and off button. This is temperature, and this is timer. So by selecting the middle one, I can, there you go. Pause. And my favorite feature, you can set the temperature. This is super useful for making Swiss meringue buttercream, for example, but also if you want to reheat your buttercream. This is also what I will be using to temper chocolates, because I can melt my chocolates at about 55 degrees, which is what we want, and then take it back down to 31, well, obviously depending on which chocolate I'm using, but you get the idea, right? And obviously let's not forget that it can weigh as well, so if I lift this, it automatically goes on weighing, because that's the standard, the default mode. So you can just pour all of your ingredients straight into the bowl. As you can see, it's very sensitive as well, so yeah. I know obviously some people prefer to weigh separately. I am kind of one of those who prefer to weigh things separately, especially when it's like very sensitive and you don't want to overdo it. But I have to say that I have been using this feature more often than I thought I would, so I'm being quite honest here. I still like to weigh some things, like the sensitive measures, I like to weigh them separately, but for like the bulk of things, I'm quite happy to be using the scales that is built inside of the Kenwood. And so if I put it back down, it goes back straight away to that. I can have Wi-Fi. I'm not there yet. I still need to download the app. I believe that I can enter my own recipes, but you need to be connected, so I'll have to set that up, and then I'll be able to enter my own recipes. My understanding is that once I do that, I'll be able to follow the step-by-step. Let's have a look. Cakes, desserts, pastry, interesting. Savory sauces, patisserie, soup, slow cook. All right, and let's have a look at the cakes. Mostly, so we've got built-in coconut and blueberry muffin, dark chocolate cakes, sticky ginger, spicy madeleine with dark chocolate, and basic sponge cake. Interesting. So this is what the recipes look like. Gives you the time, the step-by-step, and the ingredients. But this is it for our unpacking. I hope you found it useful. And if you have an idea for a name, please leave it in the comment, because I think it needs a name.